Hello, my friends. Welcome back to another episode of The Talking Mexican. Let me begin by giving God all the glory. I want to continue where I left off from my previous video. So this video is going to be a little less about humor, if no humor at all, and a bit on a serious note, and I hope that's okay with you. If you recall in the last video, I was talking about finding what your passion is and then having the courage in Jesus to take that leap forward toward making your passion a reality. For many of us, passion is nothing more than a desire to be a better person than we were the day before. And that's noble, and more power to you for doing that. However, for others, passion is the fuel or desire that burns so intensely within us, it takes all we can to keep from imploding from within. I am passionate about many things. My love for God, my devotion to His mother, my desire to serve others without drawing attention to myself, prayer, reading, men's fashions, the holidays, social time that I spend with family and friends, and yes, even people watching and iPhone photography. But the one thing I feel especially passionate about are words, both the written and spoken word. That is why I love public speaking, blogging, podcasting, writing books, and telling a happy story. And when it comes to writing, what I love writing most about are human interest stories. According to Google 2017, human interest is defined as follows: the aspect of a story in the media that interests people because it describes the experiences or emotions of the individuals involved. Case in point, a good example of a good human interest story where that applies is Hallmark's On the 12th Day of Christmas, starring Robin Dunn and Brooke Nevin. Great movie. According to the Hallmark website 2017 Crown Media, Maggie Dunlop, a journalist who is played by Nevin, is thrilled when her longtime crush Mitch, a radio personality played by Dunn, moves to her little town. She quickly learns that Mitch has lost all his Christmas spirit. As a result, she creates 12 Christmas gifts that ask Mitch to do fun Christmas tasks in order to renew his love for the season, which he discusses with his listeners on his morning radio show, Good Morning with Mitch. That is what makes this movie a human interest story. Okay. So what is the point of sharing all this with you? The point I want to make is this. Everyone, I'm talking everyone, has a story. From the president to the pope to the janitor to you. We all have a story. Some stories are more tragic than others. Some have fairy tale happy endings. Others are like swashbuckling adventures. And then there are those who sit quietly at the back of the church, the classroom, or the business office, who, if you'll pardon the analogy, are like a pair of underwear that is seldom seen, almost never discussed, but who is always working hard, asking nothing for itself in return. These are the souls I like to call the extraordinary ordinaries, the souls who go unnoticed. The individual whose story touches upon our own soul so greatly, we have no choice but to consider where we are in our own story. In 2015, while visiting California, I had a telephone conversation with a dear friend. This pearl of wisdom, as I like to refer to her as, challenged me to do the one thing that until recently I had not been doing. Right. However, even more to the point, she challenged me to share people's stories, to tell the world about the average Joe, the extraordinary ordinary. Like that pair of underwear that sits quietly in the darkness of our outer clothing, working hard but always going unnoticed, never asking for anything in return. Theirs is the story that must be told. Not the underwear, but the individual in the underwear. Why? Because hearing the story of the person behind the tear, the smile, the laugh, or the lifelines of years gone by sometimes is all we need to help us rewrite our own stories. You hear it all the time. Sometimes all it takes to turn a challenging day around is something as simple as a smile or a hug. Extraordinary ordinaries are that smile or that hug. If I share my story with those of you whom have only met me for the first time, it could quite possibly be enough to help you rewrite the ending to your own story. Perhaps a story you thought was long past its expiration date. People want to know how we overcome the monolithic challenges that stand before us, how we found the grace of God following the death of a loved one, or how we survived being laid off at 55 years old with no prospects of future employment. People like you and me are always looking for hope, and we almost always find that hope by listening to the stories of others. I would like the honor and privilege of sharing your story. I don't care if you are a retired CEO, a small business owner, an adolescent youth, a college student, male or female, gay or straight, black or white. This is not about politics, religion, or those issues that divide humanity. This is about the heart, mind, and spirit of the individual who does not want to be forgotten or thought of as just another less than in a sea of greater thans. Everyone has a story. Let me tell yours. If you're interested, please contact me via my website at www.carlosmichael.wixsite.com/Carlos Michael. Then just click on the contact page and send me a message. I'm going to end it here. Please don't forget to hit the share button down below if you're listening to me on Facebook. Be a good neighbor. Share yours truly with your friends. Remember to put God first. Say a prayer, help a friend. Do something special for a veteran. Subscribe to my YouTube channels. Share this video with your friends. I promise I don't bite. And please don't forget, God is always watching. Adios.